Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Every Day of Our Lives fan has their own perspective, and Soap Hub is no exception. We watch the good, the bad, and everything in between for 5 days. Now, we're going to give you a helpful review and a sarcastic critique of the Days of Our Lives week that was. Note: some readers may find the discussion of suicide in the following article to be upsetting. What can really be done, yet Lord Brandon Beamer for his pipes of Sean's most obscure profundities, and Days of Our Lives for handling the issue head-on, as well as presenting for watchers the double messages that it's never past the point where it is possible to request help, and that you can't request help again and again. Assuming there's one viewpoint where I truly do feel that the show failed, it's in their inability to support the projects highlighting Sean's self-destructive ideation with both trigger admonitions and pointers on where an individual battling with comparable contemplations and sentiments could turn. In any case, the messages that were made distinctly were most apparent ones. Presently, I'm consistently one to bother dim bulb Brady Dark, the perfect example for own most exceedingly terrible foe, yet even I'm wishing somebody, other than his pops that is, would give him a little leeway on needing retribution himself on Philip, Jean-Paul Lavoisier. I could understand his ex, but his own sister. So, the 1 year time hop simply didn't occur, all things considered? Or on the other hand, am I expected to suspend significantly more skepticism and acknowledge that Salem wasn't in 2019 when said time bounce occurred? Indeed, we can stop the discussion. Lewis horrendously dedicated to Dimitri, as well as the other way around. The rub? I don't find myself particularly interested in determining whether or not their love will conquer all, and neither gentleman is even remotely worthy of cheering for. Could I at any point, if it's not too much trouble, get Andrew and Paul back on my screen? Please, with a cherry on top. Discussing the cheer factor, I never again end up enchanted of Sarah, and I'm really trusting that she simply gets back to Chicago with Rex, and is at no point ever seen or heard from in the future. I'm additionally far beyond pulling for herself and Sounder, Paul Telfer, to rejoin, so I'm not at all peace anticipating that inescapable get-together, similar to everything except specific. Ron Carlivati considers both of them to be final plan. Likewise Chad and Stephanie. Is there anyone out there pulling for those two to make it as a team? Why, oh why, did we not get to see Paulina and Abby's disastrous dinner date with James Reynolds? Furthermore, what could I at any point say about Steve naming Abe a grandiose snob, other than I wish he hadn't strolled it back following? Things have been like that, representing excessively lengthy at this point. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available around the clock if you or someone you know is experiencing a crisis. There is dependably help accessible through text, visit, or talk. Days of Our Lives airs non-weekend days on Peacock, plus in the US also, the W organization or worldwide television application in Canada. For more about what's coming up in Salem, look at every one of the most recent days' spoilers, and for a top-to-bottom glance at the show's set of experiences, click here. For more about what's going on your #1 cleansers, join the discussion over on our Facebook page, look at our Twitter channel, or search for a report on our Instagram stories. See you around there. Supplanting a darling entertainer is no simple accomplishment, nor is supplanting the entertainer who supplanted a large number of you recently supplanted them. Got all that? Jean-Paul Lavoisier ended up in such an unenviable position, actually a drama all by itself, upon his revisitation of Days, and he played out his obligations most honorably. At the point when co-star Nadia Abdulin, otherwise known as Chloe Path, made the way for him and responded in miserable shock, his Philip Kyriakis has been assumed dead for almost a year. Lavoisier sent a calm, practically encouraging energy trying to reassure her. At the point when he pronounced that how the situation was playing out was to be sure genuine and that he was alive and had gotten back to her, Lavoisier did as such in an incapacitating, yet not alarmingly direct manner. It was only a reality being expressed. What's more, when he bid her touch him to demonstrate it to herself, there was no tomcat stupidity, no unmistakable perkiness. Simply an endeavor to settle the matter and continue on from that point. When Chloe had gotten her hand on Philip and dropped and been restored, it really depended on Lavoisier to upchuck a ton of peace. In particular, the way that he faked his passing and deliberately outlined Brady for his murder because of his crazy desire. As he responded to Chloe's fury, flurry of insults and incredulity, Lavoisier ran a gauntlet of emotions. There was humility, notwithstanding having his large number of sins hurled at him. Disturbance at the proceeded with assault. Tangible injury when Chloe raised doubt about his mental soundness. Philip declared that he was superior and a better person, a man who has recovered, and Jean-Paul Lavoisier convinced us, or at least the vast majority of us, with his measured, controlled, and relatable performance. Days of Our Lives airs weekdays in the United States on Peacock, Plus, and Canada, on the W Network or Global TV app. For more about what's coming up in Salem, look at every one of the most recent days' spoilers, and for a top-to-bottom glance at the show's set of experiences, click here. For more about what's going on your number one cleansers, join the discussion over on our Facebook page, look at our Twitter channel, or search for a report on our Instagram stories. See you around there. Days of Our Lives spoilers propose that a secret will be upon Salem as entertainer Dick Van Dyke enters the little town, with a person stricken with cognitive decline. Peacock recently aired by airing an episode that was supposed to air on September 4th. Marlena Evans asks John Black, Drake Hogestyn, for help figuring out who the man is during that show. Day spoilers suggest that although DVD's character is unsure of his identity, he is aware that he is searching for his long-lost son. Dyke's playing a person named Joseph Chime, who likewise ends up having a stunning connect to John. Curiously, Dark has had his set of experiences recomposed many times over since he entered the material in 1986. The last disclosure he made about his past was that his organic dad was Timothy Robichaud's, aka Ling Yo. It seems as though D.O. Oil may be changing John's story, indeed. The spilled episode uncovered that Joseph Chime served in a similar armed force unit as Timothy. As he's searching for his child, might John at any point Dark be the one he's looking for? Might Days at any point be prepared to send off an unexpected development in the John Dark story? Perhaps Joseph is John's genuine bio-father, or conceivably the genuine Timothy Robichaud's, as they might have traded characters for various reasons. However, it's also possible that his identity has been stolen. The show can have a few pretty beyond ridiculous clarifications with regards to storyline exciting bends in the road, so fans should check out Find Out. Notwithstanding, with John working on this issue, and perhaps his best bud Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, they'll make quick work of things. Might Dick Van at any point Dyke's personality turn out to be John Dark's profile father? Is it safe to say that you are energized or irritated that the cleanser is by stirring it up with Dark's set of experiences? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.